and welcome back to the channel. The news, nothing. I'm Gemma. Let's get to it. So today we're diving on into the family of book tags. So let's go. Question number 1 in this tag is parents, but I'm gonna go with mum just based on this answer, and it is, what is a book that gives you a hug when you need the most? And it's Percy Jackson. I feel like I have spoken about Percy Jackson to death on this channel. Astrid is doing crazy things in the background. And I just love it. I love the universe. I recently watched the 2nd season of the TV show. I love where they're going. It's just sort of making me feel all sorts of warm and fuzzy things on the inside. It just reminds me of when I read the book for the first time. I really want to go back and reread it. I feel like it's been a hot minute since I've read the books. I read Heroes of Olympus last year, but it doesn't hit the same as Percy Jackson, you know? Question number 2 in this tag, it's also parent, but I'm gonna put it as dad for this one for me, and that is a book that gave you morals and rules to live by, and that is The Hunger Games. And it's not what you think. I think the sort of overall premise, especially in the first one, is sort of like stand up when you know that things are wrong, like, you know, when Katniss is gonna like take the berries, and well, her and Peter are gonna take the berries, like, you know, stand up and rebel in, like, you know, a sort of passionate and, like, you know, edgy way. And I feel like that's what my dad taught me. So that's why I'm picking this one. Question number 3 in this tag is Younger Sibling, and that is a book that is so cute, it's annoying, and I'm going with the Tea Dragon Society for this one because damn, those books are freaking cute. Question number 4 in this tag is Older Sibling, and that is a book that nothing else lives up to, and I have to pick The Rules of Summer for this one. That is the ultimate picture book. Love it so much. It can be enjoyed by young people and older people. That is gonna stick with me forever. My art teacher in high school showed me that, just based on like the artist who and the author that wrote it, and he showed everybody, but I don't know what happens. That book stuck with me throughout like the rest of my life. I love that book. I love Sean Tan, who is the author. He's just got a very unique way of storytelling, and I love that he writes kid books, but they're got sort of slight darker undertones, but as a kid you don't know, but as an adult it sort of hits you in a different way. So I feel like if you read his books as a young person and you read them now as an adult, it's you know, very parallel, very similar, but like, you know, you get different messages as a kid, but as an adult you get like it's even more impactful. Question number 5 in this tag is The Grandparent, and that is the old favorite book that's full of wisdom and has a certain smell. And I'm going Narnia on this one. I have like beloved memories of Narnia. I never finished it. I have beloved memories of like the first 4 Narnia books because those were read to me, and like it was like, you know, some sort of family bonding time. Like me, my mom, and my 2 siblings, and sometimes my dad when he was around, we'd get up on like my parents' bed and she would just read to us. And like so many of these books that I have sort of really close connections to now is because of the impact that they made on me as like a young person, that like, you know, we sat and we spent the time. That's why Narnia is so beloved to me. It's why Hugo Cabret is so beloved to me. There's a lot of different books that we read, but those ones are sort of like off the top of my head, especially Narnia, because that's the answer to this question. But yeah, you just can't beat Narnia. Question number 6 in this tag is Auntie, and that is the book you read when you need to feel your emotions, and that is Our Wives Under the Sea. I loved that book. It is sort of a mixture of like what's going on and your own perception of the ending, and what's going on throughout the entire book. Like, I didn't think it was going to affect me that much. I didn't think I was even going to particularly like it when I first started reading it, but damn, I don't want to give too much away because like I feel like every person can take something different away from the book, and it's good. It's very poetic, to me at least. And that's all I'm gonna say. Question number 7 is Uncle, and that is the book that makes you laugh. And I'm going with Lion Boy on this one, which I know everyone is sort of gonna be like, but why are you picking Lion Boy? It's got some dark premises. And it does, it definitely does. But it has some really light moments in there too. Like, I feel like Charlie is a very like humorous main character. We also have King Boris in there, who is great, especially if you listen to the audiobook. Whoever does King Boris's voice is amazing. and hilarious, and he adds light to the sort of dark undertones of the book. It's not completely dark because it is for kids, but there are some dark undertones there. But King Boris makes up for them. Question number 8 is Your Child, which I don't have yet, but that is the book that changed your life. And so far, the book that I feel like has made the biggest impact on my life is reading The Power. I had no idea what I was strapping in for when I read that book. There's a particular scene that I've spoken about in past videos where the power gets taken from a woman, and I just don't know how to even to begin to explain that scene. Like it's I think it's a statement for like something being taken for all women. It's not necessarily that woman in that moment, and it's terribly sad. I think that's one of the times I cried in the book. I cried multiple times throughout listening to that book. It is an incredible journey to be taken on when you read that, because it can be sort of be placed into the context of today when we're like sort of reading about a alternate reality where women have power, and then that makes the men quite scared. So a lot of the elements in that book can be placed into like modern day times and like, you know, what the world is like currently. But I feel like that book changed my life, which sounds crazy, but like there's so much going in that book that we can sort of compare and contrast, and like the fact that it's not being studied right now with a lot of stuff that's happening is insane to me. That should be like, I feel like you should be able to like, you know, study that in like high schools and stuff like that. Obviously at a more mature age, definitely more towards seniors than young people, because that would traumatize young people, I feel. But yeah, that had a heavy impact on me, that book. Question number 9, which is the last question in this tag, is extended family, and that is the book that shows you that life can be different, and I've picked Normal People for this one. I feel like that book, I didn't know what I was getting in for this one either. I extremely enjoyed it, and I feel like it's not only normal people, but it's also conversations with friends. I feel like it shows you like a very like normal, for lack of better words, sort of perspective of life, and like not everyone's story is the same, not everybody's experience is the same. Like how much like communication is important. I love that book. I love those books. They were really good. I enjoyed Normal People more than Conversation with Friends. Like if I was going to recommend it to somebody, Normal People was definitely one I would reach for first, and then Conversations with Friends, or, you know, in vice versa, Conversations with Friends first, because it's not as good in my opinion. I couldn't relate to the characters as much, but Normal People I could. I feel like it showed me that life was different, because it showed you that like not everyone has walked the same path as you, not everyone has experienced what you have experienced. Like we've all got our own sort of internal battles going on inside of our like sort of heads and minds, and that everyone's going to have a different perspective to you, everyone's going to have a different opinion to you, and sort of like it's hard to like traverse that and sort of get through life. But you know, if you surround yourself with like good people, and if you communicate well, then like life can be not so hard. Anyway guys, that's all I've got for you today. Please like, subscribe, because that's so nice, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.